Spring was starting to take form. The flowers were blooming in the trees and gardens all over the city. But we still have foggy mornings to remind us that the winter was not done yet. Foggy mornings remind me of when I was a teenager and I used to walk to school alone. The streets were usually quiet and empty around 6 a.m., and in the winter, the fog made me feel like I was in a mystery movie. I went for a run in the morning for a few days, and that usually made me start my days happy, from absorbing all the beauty around me. To get me started with the spring mood, I bought myself a beautiful flower pot with lavenders. I simply adore these flowers and I always wanted to have them in my home because they smell really good. Along with the arrival of spring, this time of the year is marked by the celebration of Carnival. Cidade bonita, né?
Uhum. O quê?
Cheiro de flor.
Assim, de flor sim, deve ser as árvores. Será que é igual a Dama da Noite, que ela solta um cheirinho?
Parecia. As a Brazilian, I only know Brazil's Carnival, and I had no idea that Luxembourg celebrated this too. So I decided to go and see how different things could be. The bus was extremely full and it was impossible to fit one more person inside. Therefore, we had to wait for the next one. When we arrived, the parade had already started, but at least I got to see the Harry Potter car, my favorite one by far. Just like the Brazilian Carnival, they also have a lot of music, people throwing confettis, and funny costumes. The big difference I noticed were the big tractors pulling the cars, the food, of course, and the fact that each car throws candies or serves drinks to people in the crowd. Of course, I also need to mention that in Brazil, Carnival is taken much serious with people that rehearse actually the entire year just for the presentation, and we have holidays for it, so it's a much bigger party. In Luxembourg, though, what really surprised me was the cleaning process right after the party. The last car was still finishing the parade, and we already had these people cleaning all the confetti and all the trash that was on the street. I was really shocked and amazed at the same time by the technology and how fast these people were cleaning the streets. Before going back to Luxembourg, we went on a walk to enjoy the view, and I took the opportunity to do one of my favorite hobbies when I visit the cities here. Check out the cute windows, garden, and balcony decorations. With the season change, it was about time to do another visit to the park at Pétrusse Valley. Last time I was there, everything was getting yellow and orange during fall. Now everything is green again, but it's still cold enough for me to use my hoodie and bring a hot tea with me. Walking on this park, it's always an interesting experience to me. There's always something different whenever I go there, a new spot that I found, a new thing to see. There is this one main path that you can walk or run and crosses a big area of the city, but from time to time you find stairs and entries on both sides that will take you to viewpoints where you can admire the beauty of the surroundings from multiple point of views. The spring brings little flowers here and there in hidden corners, and I start seeing bees everywhere in the city, especially a new species that I was not used to seeing in Brazil. A big, fat, and rounded, so fluffy that it makes me want to have a bee as a pet. And the more I walk, the more flowers I find. We traveled to another city in search of more flowers. We were looking for an avenue in Wallenstein, part of the Moselle region, nicknamed as the Cherry Tree Road. Chegamos, não sei aonde, porque this road was supposed to have multiple cherry trees in a row, creating this magical sequence of amazing cherry blossoms.
Ó, não toma todo esse chá não, hein?
The pictures and videos I've seen online were breathtaking, but we didn't really know where the place was. After playing detective with the pictures we saw online, trying to identify the exact location based on the houses on the neighborhood, we realized we were already in the right place, but at the wrong time. The cherry blossoms started blooming on March, but they only last for 2 or 3 weeks. Unfortunately, we arrived too late. The trees were still beautiful with their dark red leaves, but the flowers were gone. At the end of April, it happened the 24th edition of a special event that brings hundreds, if not thousands, of people to Luxembourg City. The Duck Race. The event has planned activities for children, the duck store, and food. People can participate in the race adopting a duck to compete for the prizes. The first place wins a car, and there are other more than 20 prizes like money or a fancy grill. In the year of 2025, the weather cooperated with the festivities as we had a beautiful and sunny day with a blue sky most of the time. At 3 p.m., the big moment arrived. It was time to release the ducks. I honestly never thought a duck race could be so exciting. As they started moving with the water, so did people. It became clear to me that it would be very difficult to follow the ducks along the river. So I just started walking towards the finish line, using the river to guide me. Honestly, it's been really hard to move because there's too many people here, and I mean this area is full of bridges and small trails, and you go up and down and it's really confusing. I don't know the area, so I'm not sure what would be the best place to stay to see the ducks. Maybe I will miss the finish line, but I don't know, at least I will see the ducks coming. One hour and a half after the start of the race, I finally saw something. I think I'm seeing the first duck. Well, I don't know if it's the first, but it's the first one I'm seeing. It's impossible to know the number, but it's coming. After a while, more of them started to come. It was the slowest race I've ever been on. If I had to think on a race that could be more slow than this, I guess the only thing that comes to my mind is a turtle race. So judging by the noise that I heard and the fact that some people are starting to go home or just leave the event, I think I'm probably past the finish line where I'm standing, because there is simply no space to stay before the finish line, I guess. I walked like for a long time and tried to find a good spot to see the ducks, but it was simply impossible. I mean, this looks so cool. I wish I was one of the ducks just sliding down. I had bought 2 numbers, which means 2 ducks, but unfortunately they didn't win. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. See you on the next one.